Hi there, Poison Feather here. Right, what I'm going to be doing is I just want to. What am I doing? I just wanted to show you off my new build I've made on Diablo. It is a cleave build for Barbarian. I'm using the Legacy of Nightmares set. I haven't got all the items that I wanted, but I've got a few which help the build. Mainly we just it's pretty easy. All we need is all ancient items. One of my rings is an ancient, so I still need to get that. But we'll expand the items, etc. in a minute once we get started in the game. Just waiting for it to load up. And let's hope that it starts recording the gameplay in a second. Ah, there we go, lovely. Okay, so what I did was actually let's turn the volume down a little bit of the game just in case. Oh, just in case you can't hear me very well. There we go, sound. Let's turn that off for a second. Accept. Turn to game. Switch hero. So this character was originally my Warren character, which, as with every character I seem to do, wasn't complete. But yeah, the problem is, you've got like 2 or 3 of each character, and you just don't have time to, make all characters really, really good. So all of your characters end up being just okay. But right, so when we get into game, I'll show you what the idea is, and talk about some of the items that I've got. Okay, so I don't think there's anything special on my follower. No, he's not wearing anything special. Oh, I've got someone join the game. Excuse me a second. Just need to.
A new ally has joined, but the minions of hell grow stronger.
Right, so just let them know that I can't speak to them for a second because I'm trying to do a video. Anyway, sorry about that. Right, so let's go into the items. Right, so one item which you definitely want is the Dishonored Legacy. Cleave deals up to 400% extra damage depending on Missing Fury, so that's obviously quite good. The other weapon, this is okay, I guess, but it's not optimum weapon that you want. You really want the weapon which I've got in a cube at the moment, which is the Oathkeeper. Primary skills: attack 50% faster and deal 200% increased damage, because obviously cleave is a primary attack, so obviously that's going to help us. But what I'm hoping to do is, once I can find an ancient Oathkeeper, I'll swap that in, and then I'll probably put Furnace instead. Anyway, so the only thing about this item which we're not liking at the moment, except for not being an optimum item, is the Fury life per Fury spent. Actually, no, sorry, that's not the bit which isn't very good. What we're actually not liking is the passive skill. On our amulet, we're using a Weapons Master passive, and having a mighty weapon increases our Fury generation. Now, using the cleave, using this particular weapon, we don't want to generate Fury. So obviously, having this particular weapon type is a bit of a hindrance to us, but never mind, it works for the moment. Anyway, so what else have we got? I'm using the illusory boots, which are quite handy. You'll see from the gameplay that we're running around quite a lot, so it's handy to move around, unhindered through enemies, because you're probably going to ignore all the trash and just like usual, and just try and get the elites and champions. Depth diggers. That's obviously a good, good thing for the build because we're just attacking mainly with our primary skill. So that's once again, a bonus for the general sort of like theme of the build. So we've got our two rings. Sadly, like I said, one of the rings isn't ancient, so I could do with an ancient one of those. We've got the other ring as well. So this is obviously, if anyone's not sure about what's going on with why we're not wearing loads of sets, etc. It's because this ring set is the only set you're allowed to wear to get the bonus from the two rings. Which every ancient item you have, you get your damage increased by 100% per item, and then reduces your damage by 4% per item as well. Reduced damage taken, sorry, by 4%, which is obviously good. What else have we got? Okay, now this belt isn't one which I was aiming for. I'm only wearing it because it's ancient. What I'm after is the Hunter's Wrath belt, which makes primary skills attack even faster. I think maybe you perhaps do even more damage, 30% extra damage or something. I can't remember exactly, but that would be the belt which we're after. Nothing special about the chest. You'll see it's a set piece, but we're not getting any bonuses from it, so I'm only wearing it. This is the only ancient chest which I've actually found so far. So yeah, that's where we're wearing that. I thought maybe we could wear there isn't. To be honest, there isn't really that many good legendary chests. To be honest, maybe it's a bit of a crappy bonus, but probably materials might be okay. I'm guessing. What else have we got? These gloves. Once again, I'm just wearing them because I've got them. I'm not really sure actually what the best gloves will be to wear. To be honest. These seem okay. As you're running from elite pack to elite pack, at least the bonus you get, the legendary bonus of the absorb shield, it pops quite a lot. What we got? The shoulders. These are the only shoulders that I've got as well. I think there's not really many things to fill the slot. I don't think for this particular build. What I did was crafted these because the secondary FX is good, which increases gold pickup and that, and health glow pickup, which is always a good bonus to have. Got our Hellfire amulet with the Weapons Master passive. This is, Weapon Master passive's okay, I guess. It's not amazing, I don't think, for what we're doing, but it was the only ancient one I got when I was crafting it, crafting the legendary amulet. So once again, it's just almost a placeholder for once I get a better one. Right, so next we'll go with the bracers. I quite like these bracers. They've got attack speed, which we want, quick hit chance, movement speed, etc. I need to check actually how much movement speed we've got on all our items. We've got 10, 20, we've got 20%, and then look at Paragon points in a bit. Anyway, what would be ideal though would be some ancient the bracer, which gives you your primary skills generate a percentage of your missing life. I think it was. I think that's was the legendary affix on a particular bracer, but I haven't managed to find one of them yet. Oh, that's the one. Sorry, I've got one. This is one which we want, but it's not ancient, so there's no point in wearing it. You're losing a massive 100% damage and 4% damage reduction, so there's no point in putting that on. But yeah, this is the actual bracer that you really want, if you can find an ancient one. Last item we're wearing is the Skull of Resonance. This one's okay. I couldn't really think too much of what helm to wear. I suppose you could wear an Andy helm for the poison explosion. Yeah, to be honest, I couldn't think of too many things to fill this spot. What I'm actually using Threatening Shout, which I suppose can help a little bit. So it does. Yeah, I suppose it does work well with the build. So let's have a look in our cube. I'm doing that again. So, like I said, we've got the Overkeeper, but what we would like is to have a furnace instead. But we haven't got an ancient Overkeeper, so this is just, to have at the moment. We've got the Andes in the cube for the poison explosion. You're taking so fast as well that it's going off all the time. Unfortunately, 10 yards isn't very big range, but never mind. And then we've got the S of Johan or Johan as the jewelry slot, pulling the enemies in together, which is quite cool. Excuse me, because you want them as close as possible. Right, so let's have a look at the skills. So so the main attack we're using is cleave, the lightning rune. We're using the lightning rune just because um, it looks like it. Let's have a look. So what did I choose it? Oh yeah, it's just because it does more of. I think it's more of a range. It's more of a spread of attack. Because everything else is a bit not really worth it. Because we've got the chilled one. Not really bothered about that. 10% increased damage. No. And we're hoping to kill the baddies in a few sweeps anyway, so it's not really worth Gathering Storm. We don't not bothered about not knockups. Don't want extra fury. Enemies exploding. No, we're not bothered about that. So that's why we've gone for that. We've gone for, like I said, we've got Threaten and Shout, which not many people use. This one is going to cause enemies take 25% extra damage. They're also going to, what was it? Sorry, they're gonna. No, sorry. Right, let's say, yeah. The rune makes them take 25% extra damage. The actual original, the skill makes it so that we take 20% less damage. And then we've got that Skull of Resonance, which means that the ones we threaten and shout have a chance to charm. So at that moment, they are not actually attacking us anyway, which is quite fun. Right, I'll explain about sprint and that in a second, but we've got Battle Rage, the usual one. Gives us critical hit chance and killing people. They explode. 20% chance. Critical hits cause an explosion of blood, doing 20% damage to all other nearby enemies. Wrath of Berserker, the usual one. Insanity. Let's go over the passives. We have got Ruthless, just for extra damage after a couple of slices. We have got Brawler, just for people when near. The Boon of Bull Kathos. It's not really. It's not really. I'm not really that bothered about it, to be honest. But it knocks 30. The only skill we're using in the actual which this helps is Wrath of Berserker. Knocks half a minute off, so I suppose that's pretty good. And Rampage, which is a staple. excuse me, in all barbarian builds. Right, so this is what we're getting from our Hellfire Amulet. So what bonus are we getting? We're getting the Sword and Dagger, so increased 8% increased damage, and then we've got the Mighty Weapons 2 Fury per hit. And like I said, we don't really like that because it's generating fury, which we don't want. So let's get rid of that. So right, so the last two skills, because we're generating fury so quickly, and we don't want any fury. Well, we want a little bit of fury, but we'll explain that in a second. We want to dump it, and what's the quickest way to dump away fury? That's Boulder Toss. People use this a lot with the Mortal King set because the Mortal King set I think something like every point of fury you use. You'll call it Wrath the Berserker reduces the cooldown of it, yeah. Anyway, we're not using it for that. We just want to get rid of our fury, and then this is another fury dump as well, which is sprint. When I first started this build and I wasn't generating so much fury, sprint was a lot better. I could, just be sprinting all the time, have the full party sprinting all the time as well. But now I'm dumping all the fury quickly. Sprint's not up as often, but what you want to do with sprint as well, if you notice, it's on the #1 skill. We actually what's the word? Keybind that so that we'll be just casting that as soon as we get even a tiniest bit of spirit. The only problem is dumping all your spirit all the time, especially if you're only getting a little bit of spirit to begin with, and it gets dumped into sprint. Is you got to keep trying to press battle rage just to try and actually like get the skill popped, which is quite funny. So anyway, so let's we haven't got sprint keybound yet, so we're going to keybind
Not
it.
enough fury.
So hopefully that's keybound. We shall see. And we're going to do just a normal rift.
More fury.
Yeah. There you go. You'll have to get used to that. Him just keeps saying that all the time. So
Are you strong enough to
it's not the
survive
best build in the world ever. It's okay. I enjoy it.
More time.
There we go. The trash just gets sliced and diced, as you can see.
Still recharging.
Let's just get round to him. Oh yeah, there we go. I didn't mean to do that. See ya. If you notice, what was happening just there was I wasn't doing very much damage, and that was because I had fury. I was full with fury, which isn't helpful.
Not enough fury.
Let's see how quickly your fury builds up, which we don't want. So what I usually do is I just keep clicking cleave when
I need fury.
when threatening shout cools down. We use that, and then probably about halfway fury I'll cast boulder toss. If you see some of the crazy numbers,
Still recharging. Not enough fury. Need more time.
there you go. So you have to get used to the barbarian just keep moaning about he hasn't got enough fury and it's recharging or whatever he says. Need more time, I think he said actually, doesn't he? There we go. That was. Anyways, you can if you see some of them, you're 1,000 million. You're hitting for quite a lot. I'll tell you, we'll go somewhere else. There we go. I mean, if you solo, obviously you can use
I need fury.
the sprint, which helps yourself. 4 seconds, 3% extra speed. But I'll just keep like the force march with, which you use with a party. Just might as well keep it on. No point in changing it really. Oh, I can hear a treasure goblin. Oh, okay, I died there.
More fury. Still recharging.
I suppose actually that's you can be a little bit squishy sometimes, but yeah, I don't know whether this is a decent showcase of this, but I enjoy it. And obviously popping sprint all the time means you can get after these treasure goblins quickly. Well, you can if you're watching him. Right, so yeah, so main things of the build: get rid of all your fury, keybind sprint. You jump in your fury with you, ancient spear. The only let's just kill. Oh, he's dead. The only two items really you need for the build. Well, actually no. Rather than the main items which I think benefit the build are This is a weapon which you need for the cleave version, which I'm doing. The Oath Keeper for the extra attack speed, which is in the cube. Like I said, it'd be great if you could wear one. You need the 2 rings. Okay. By the way, obviously all these need to be ancient. And the what else? One of these an ancient, which would be great. The depth diggers for extra damage, and that's, well, for me, I'm using the Skull of Resonance for the threatening shout. So, it's up to you whether you use that. If you've watched it and think it's any good, the numbers add up, don't they? 25% extra damage, 20% less damage taken, and then also you've got the chance to charm the enemies, which are going to fight each other, which is especially funny if you've got like a bunch of arcane or frozen monsters, because if you charm them and they start freezing and arcaning their own friends, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's just I tell you, we'll just finish this rift. There we go. See, if I'm not watching, I should really be paying attention, because you need to pay attention because you want to be dumping your fury. But as I'm trying to talk at the same time, I can't think and talk at the same time. But we're not very far in, but we might as well just finish it off. If you're not interested, that's about it for the build and that. I'm just going to carry on and finish this. Feel free to turn off the video now if you want. If you've got any questions about the build, just let me know. No doubt I've probably missed something. Paragon points I haven't really concentrated on, to be honest. I don't think I don't know, I suppose they are quite important, but I always, with all my characters, I always aim for aim as close for 1,000,000 life, especially the barbs and that. Oh, so I'm gonna die now. See, I'm trying thinking and killing at the same time. Oh, I died. Yeah, sorry. Oh god. I think once I get that bracer, which the ancient bracer, which makes you, every time you attack, your primary skills, you get missing life back. I think that'll be brilliant. That will, it won't be so squidgy then. It'll be like the old days where, rather than running away when you, excuse me, rather than when you're running away when you're dying, like the olden days, you just try and kill more people. It'll be a bit like that, I think. Yeah, I suppose in the Paragon points you could, attack speed is good. Oh, I'm going to ignore that, it's just annoying me now. What's that? Speed bomb. Who's that? Oh, there. Let's see if we can...
Not ready yet.
Oh, what isn't he done?
Not enough fury.
Sometimes I find, like, you're trying to dump your fury. Trying to dump your fury by boulder tossing, but because you're actually left clicking, it's not, it's overriding and it's not letting you do it.
You cannot stand before me. Not ready yet.
Let's have I got? Oh, I've got nemesis braces. Idiot.
More time.
So it's, on your items actually, what probably would, you know, because we haven't got cooldown reduction, you know, we haven't got the Immortal King set permanent Wrath of Berserker. I suppose cooldown reduction could be quite good in this set. You know, trying to have Wrath of Berserker up as much as possible. I don't think I've got much cooldown reduction, to be honest. Because what I should really do is just, you know, keep Wrath of Berserker, you know, as soon as it's on, it's off cooldown, is use it, you know, extra kill speed, rather, you know, than saving it. Oh. That's not a good pack, is it? Reflect.
Still recharging. Health return.
Shoulders. Ah, the channeling ones. We're not channeling anything, so pretty much good. Anyway, I apologise for the amateurness of my video, but I just thought, oh, you know, why don't I do a video just showing a, you know, an interesting build I've made up. You know, I suppose it's, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have thought of it, but that was, I don't think it was posted video. Maybe I'm not sure. I haven't looked. You know, just the synergy between the skills and the items. I don't know whether, you know, anybody's really bothered with it. You know, bothered to play around with it much. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make a few more videos soon. Oh, I didn't say about legendary gems. Well, at the moment, I mean, I haven't leveled any up yet. Ran into the traps, obviously, because you've got so many, you know, things close to you. What else have we got? Splits your strength. Oh yeah, what an idiot. That's the, you know, that's the ultimate gem for this build, because you're, this looks messy. Because you know, you're just attacking with primary skills. One down.
I grow weak.
That's over the chest. Obviously, you have to watch out for your battle rage. You know, you want to try and keep that built all the time. Oh. And you sometimes want to watch your life as well. That's sometimes important. I would blame it on the bracers. You know, all I need is those bracers, and then be whooping some butt. Here we go. Here we go. Spider Woman.
Still recharging.
Ah, so she didn't take too long. Let's just collect everything. Give me that, 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 give me that.
More time.
Can't forget our Death's Breath.
I need to go.
Easily run out of them. Ooh. Nearly. So, right, let me just to see what we got. Let's close the rift. I wonder if we've got any Paragon points to spend. See if we've got any Paragon points to spend. Oh, we got 3. Yeah, so like I said, I just thought we could get rid of movement speed and just put 5% in there. Let's do that because we've oops. We've got what am I trying to say? We've got 20% on our items movement speed, haven't we? So there's no point in having extra, because it's not going to help us. Actually, let's have a look. How much have we got? It was just, wasn't it? Where did we get it from? Where are we getting it from? Yeah, 20%. We can't get it on there with anything else, can you? So, yeah, let's just quickly sort our Paragon out. Nearly the end of the video, don't worry. I was thinking actually as well, if we had 50 points, if we had 50 points in Maximum Fury, I see the less fury we have, the least fury we have, like based on our total fury, we could do even more damage. So we'll just go with that. Let's. I think we'll put a lot in strength. It's got a reasonable amount of life. Oh yeah, I know you can do some clicky thing to put 10 in, sorry. We got defense, life regen last, because everybody knows that's poo. Golf iron, everybody knows that's poo as well. What does it have? Cooldown reduction we've got left. Everything else is, the best. Right, let's have a look. So at the moment, this is my damage. It's okay. Sheet damage isn't anything anymore, is it? It's all about set bonuses or just generally item bonuses. So ignore that. Let's have a look. These are my resistances. Generally all the other stuff. We got, is that ancient? No. Is that ancient? No. Let's get rid of them too. Right, so I'm guessing that's the end of the video. Isn't much, I droned on a little bit talking about nothing, but yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the general, idea of the build. A few items that you need to make it work. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, just ask me. And until then, just be good. And I'm gonna just stop this recording. Unfortunately, I have to go back to Windows because when you've got Diablo up, I can't move on to my second monitor. So let's stop this recording. Anyway, take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.